We are back, Puckett and Fwiz. Epsilon Complexity 1-5 game series.
Yes.
$30,000 first place prize on the line. We are ready. Are you ready?
Oh my good heavens, Lord, am I ready to do this?
Lordy,
yes.
as Swanee would say.
Oh, Lordy, you lad. I can't do a Swanee impression. God, I wish I could. We're ready to get things going here. Complexity is ready. Epsilon's ready. We've got a ton of people here at the venue that are ready. It's been quite the weekend of great gameplay here. It's been awesome for all the people that have tuned in.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. I know there's been ups and downs with the tournament here, but it's awesome that you guys have stayed tuned into this, and we are not going to waste any more time. We're jumping into this game. It's going to start off game number 1, hard point on raid. Let's do the dang thing, baby.
And you see that man right there? That is King Jared. We will be kicking things off with the Epsilon squad. They are the top team in Europe right now. They are fighting for the G2 crown, and Jared, you know, he is kind of going to be the person that needs to cancel out Crim6 in my mind. Can he outslay him? This is going to be the power position he's going to be fighting for, and immediately Jerd actually into the hard point, not setting up at range. He wants to get down and dirty, up close and personal, but it's TP, the first one in the hill for Complexity.
I think you made a really good point. Somebody does have to cancel out Crim6. Everybody's like evenly talented here, no doubt about it, but Crim6 plays on another level. Somebody needs to stop him. Eggs early on had 3 kills, but he was stopped off, and it's Complexity. First movers into the hard point. They're going to be up 20-0 here and taking advantage of getting into that first hard point with a lead. Epsilon struggling to get things going.
Yeah, Eggs again on top of the leaderboard. You see him on a 2-kill spree. He cleared the way for Crim6 to take control of the laundry. And look at this score, Fwiz. There's only been 50 seconds off the clock. 37 of them belong to Complexity as they have now passed the 40-second mark on this first hard point. Crim6 protecting the jump up. They already have control of the second hill as well.
And I just want to let everybody know, if you're just tuning in, it is the finals. This is game number 1 of the finals here. Best of 5 series. It is 0-0 right now, and it is Complexity versus Epsilon. We're in the eyes of Crim6, and Complexity off to a great start here as Crim just holding down the money room, making sure all is well for his team. Epsilon only able to get 2 points on the board.
Shane 0-6, Eggs 8-4, Clayster on a 4-kill spree. He's working for his streaks. Crim's taken down, but here comes the plays from Epsilon. Shane inside the hard point will get the first few seconds for Epsilon. 30 seconds left here in the kitchen, and they desperately need to climb back. It's early on, but these hills are so important early in the game. You can never let your opponent get more than 50 seconds ahead in hard point.
Yeah, you just don't. You want to make sure that you keep the margin small in this game. Again, 250 points, all things considered, can happen pretty quickly here. You don't want to let anything kind of game get away. And Epsilon able to get some points on the board. Quality time in this hard point with 5 seconds remaining. Epsilon's going to carry this one out. And now you're going to see it's going to be about 68-35 by the time this is all said and done. 32.
Look at this play from TP as well.
Good
Going
rotation.
up top, spotting a second. That is TP's 4th kill in a row. I believe Clayster may have streaks as well. He's inside the hard point, but down goes 2 players from Complexity. It's up to TP to maintain that spawn control, and no, Jerd is going to stop him. Picks up a 2nd kill as well. Inside the hard point, there are 3 Epsilon players, and they're going to leave Jerd outside to slay, and that is exactly what he's doing.
Woo! Jared on that Swagger 5000 now waking up
buddy.
here. 75-50 as Epsilon's starting to come alive here. Jared, the leader for the Epsilon squad, as we're in his eyes finally going to get taken out by Crim6, but Shane and Gunshi both in the hard point here, and they're working on some streaks here, Puckett.
Yeah, and look at Complexity. They're not even going to contest.
No.
They lost the battle twice. They don't want to feed score streaks. And let's jump on board with the player who's on a streak. We got Shane on your screen now, the OBJ player here for this Epsilon lineup. Fwiz, talk to me about this guy. He's only 2 kills away from the Hellstorm and the Lightning Strike.
Yeah, he's looking good right now. Shane just got to play a little bit smarter here as now Epsilon takes the lead. Didn't last too long as Complexity was able to come back in it. They have the basketball court hardpoint on lockdown here. Epsilon has got to break that. We're in the eyes of Shane, who is not able to get that Hellstorm. Works in the kitchen, gets taken out by Crim6, and TP able to hold this one down. The objective player for Complexity, making things happen. Clayster just had 3 kills kills was finally taken out. So every time one of these players, whether Complexity or Epsilon, start working on a streak, one of the teams for the respective squads are able to make a stop to it.
And look at Jerd. I had him highlighted on the mini-map. He got behind enemy lines, took out the anchor, took out TP. Now they have hardpoint control here at the basketball court of 20-second chunk left down low. You're going to see Complexity rotate down, and that's going to give Epsilon an opportunity to push into the middle of the map, but it's actually going to be TP, the first one into the new hardpoint as it rotates in 3-second shots going down. Jerd with another assist. He's slaying as fast as he can, but they can't keep up with Complexity. A second kill from TP, and the game, it's becoming tighter and tighter as we near the 5-minute mark, 117-99. Epsilon's Gunchy in the hardpoint, but no, it's Crimster, and this one going back and forth as now Shane's trying to stay alive. Fwiz, this is going to be a bloodbath in the center of the map.
Oh, this is just absolutely brutal in the middle. Gunchy finally taken out. TP picking up a quality kill. Gunchy picks up 2. You got to watch out for him. Shane is in the hard point with Jerd. Epsilon's going to take this one over. 126-105. Back and forth we go. Just a testament to how evenly matched these teams are. Gunchy picking up a nice 2-piece. He's in the hard point. 3 consecutive kills. It is contested back and forth. What an amazing match we're seeing between these two squads.
These two squads deserve to be in the finals, and I want to stay on board with this Gunchy guy, currently 13-14. 4 of those kills, though, being defense that matches Crim6, who's actually on top for Complexity, but Aches, the lead slayer in the game, 19-13. He started hot. Can he stay hot? The difference in the score, only about 15 seconds.
Yeah, Aches, a remarkable player. Him and TP have teamed for a very long time. They understand one another very well. This Complexity team looking very good, 138-117, as they have taken the hard point in a good position here as we're now on board with Aches. He's going to get taken out. So is Clayster. It allows Epsilon to move into this hard point, take some points with plenty of time on the clock here, and it's going to be Jerd that's holding it down, the squad set up. You got to wonder, is Complexity going to make a good push in here or not? Because if they can hold on to this, Epsilon will be able to take the lead from them.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying this game, make sure you send GFinity some love on Twitter at GFinity. What an epic final battle, 143-141, a 2-second differential. Complexity on top, and there is Epsilon taking the lead. But Clayster, he's pushed into the kitchen. He knows where the new hardpoint is rotating right now. The question is, can he hold off this Epsilon push? Jerd, the first one in the action. He's about to get pushed by 2 players. Clayster gets one, pushing for the second. The assist is there, and it is all Complexity in the kill feed as TP cleans up the 2 remaining members. However, the push is not done yet.
And on board here with Clayster, is he going to try to get some shots down range? Had an EMP on him. That was going to be costly. Didn't have his red dots. We switch over to Jerd. They're going to hold on into the kitchen here. Nice shooting by him. 162-158 as now Epsilon about to crawl back into this and take the lead.
Just as they tied up at 162, it's TP and friends breaking in. Challenges from the money room. TP falls, Crim6 falls. Let's stay on board with Teep as we near the 3-minute mark. Your score, a difference of 2 seconds. Your Slayer, it's Aches at 25-15.
On board here with TP of the Complexity squad. 5 seconds left in the hard point. And let's see what these guys are able to do. Epsilon able to take the lead, and they're counting on it with 59 seconds left here in the garage. The rotation is fresh, and Complexity very well set up as Jerd's going to try to make an attempt to break it.
Crim6 on your screen. Can he hold off this push? Gets one, taking fire, full red. He will be cleaned up. That is Jerd on the 4-kill spree inside. And I haven't seen score streaks yet in this game. That is how close these battles have been. Was 167-184. Jerd finally cleaned up. Swanee in the action though for Epsilon. Gets one, dodges the Semtex. He will be cleaned up, and it will be Complexity with the last 30 seconds if they can fend off this final push from Epsilon.
And on board with TP here as he's going to get taken out. 176-185, 2 minutes left on the clock here in the eyes of Complexity, as Shane's going to be the one for Epsilon that's holding this hard point down, as now they are 59 points away from closing this game out. They've got to be amped up to take one away from Complexity.
TP on your screen is going to be the first to rotate. You can see Epsilon already set up for the basketball court. They're up by 10 seconds. Only, look at that, 100 seconds left on the clock. And it was Complexity early on. Epsilon, they've bounced back and forth, battling for that top spot, and now they're pulling away by 25 seconds. This is a must-win battle for Complexity. Shots from behind, but TP can turn on him as Clayster does the damage down low with Aches. Aches on a 2-kill spree, and let's jump back on board with the captain. We're going full screen with him, and you can see 28 and 21. He is definitely leading the team with slaying, as Crim6 will now match him with 28 kills of his own.
And on board with Aches here, 216 to 194 here as the game is starting to wrap up with only 60 seconds left on the clock. 12 in the hard point here. Epsilon holding it down, and they are trying to close this game out here. 5 seconds left in the hard point before a rotation has to happen, and Epsilon's actually pretty well set up for the next one.
They need Crim6 to go huge here. Epsilon, they're going to be battling from the pool stairs. Crim6, the key player, pushing from the middle.
Wow,
He's
Shane.
taken out by Shane. People say Shane can't slay, and then you watch him go huge like that, taking out the Terminator, and it's gonna be 250. I have a feeling Epsilon, they struggled early on, and they're finishing strong. 246 to 194, mathematically impossible for Complexity, but Epsilon wants that 250 mark. The question is, who is gonna finish with the most kills? 30 and 27 from Jer, 22 and 33 from Shane, but so much objective work, and at the bottom, Swanee with that AR 25 and 21. It's all Epsilon as they will take game number 1 in our best of 5 series for 30 grand. There's a shot of Epsilon. Look how fired up they are after that one. Shane standing up and talking trash to men who are wearing soundproof headphones, Fwiz.
Yeah, you see that in esports sometimes in Call of Duty.
It doesn't make sense, but he looks good doing it. Your final kill cam belonged to Jerd, but the top stats also Jerd's favor, not only in slaying at 31, 27 deaths,
9 caps.
9 caps, 8 defense. Jerd was the most numbers in every single category for his squad.
Yep, highest points as well. So what an amazing game out of Epsilon. They're taking game number 1, hardpoint 2 against a team like Complexity. That's massive.
They've done it once, but Complexity was able to battle back and win that series. Epsilon this time around, they're going to be looking to get a 2-point lead. Can they win Search and Destroy? We'll find out after this commercial break. Stay tuned for the epic best of 5, the grand finals of G2. GFinity 2, the grand finals, and it's Epsilon with the point on the leaderboard, baby.
Dude, I mean, I thought they were going to take Yemen, but taking Raid from him now? Oh my gosh, if you're Complexity, you're nervous. You're nervous. There's no doubt about it.
I'm sweating for him.
I'm sweating for him too. I'm telling you, Epsilon, man, I can't tell you guys enough how massive taking that game away from Complexity was, because S&D, that's a game for everybody. CTF likewise, and then again, we've talked enough about Hardpoint Yemen and Complexity's inability to play that at a high level. So I'm telling you, if I'm a Complexity member right now, I'm like, couldn't have lost that one.
And there's the man closest to the camera. That is King Jerd. He had the biggest game for Epsilon. He was kind of the difference maker in the middle. But really, the difference in game number 1 was the rotation to the basketball hardpoint.
That was it.
Epsilon.
Yeah, that was definitely the difference maker.
And the one time that Complexity had control of the basketball court, Jerd got behind enemy lines, killed the anchor, then charged down with another player, took out TP, and they got the remaining 30 seconds. That went on to give them the lead, the confidence they needed to take game number 1. But now you got Complexity angry, and when Complexity is angry, Crim6 drops 13 kills in a search and destroy. We're headed to game number 2, and I want to see what this man is doing. He's pulling out the M8, and on standoff, I think Crim6 is one of the best M8 players in the game.
You made a really good point that when Complexity actually gets beat or whooped up on like that, they actually come alive. So that's what happened last time they played Epsilon. Epsilon won game number 1. Complexity ended up winning 3 straight. So Epsilon and Complexity both have learning lessons that they have to adhere to after that. However, a lot of teams are not able to do that. When they get whooped on, they don't necessarily bounce back. But let's look at this start here. You've got this is Epsilon loves splitting the field here. They always will put 2 on B for the most part, 2 on A. Traditionally, in a defensive scheme here on Search and Destroy standoff, you see more of a 3-man on A and somebody consciously watching B. That's not how they play it. So let's see how this one goes out. TP, your objective player for Complexity, starting to make make a move in towards A here. He did see someone before. He's laid prone. Jerd's going to get first blood on Crimsix, and that's going to be costly for the Complexity squad.
Crimbot not happy with that one. Jerd continues to impress, getting first blood up a man. Shane getting very aggressive. Aches knows it. Aches missing the snipe as Shane is going to pick off TP the bomb carrier, but Aches will hit Swanee answering back. However, it's a 1-on-3. He knows he's got Shane behind him, knows there's going to be pressure as well from the middle, finds it, and it's Gunshi closing things out with a short-range M8 kill. Great execution and a solid push from Shane. Epsilon off to a fantastic start in this final.
Epsilon is just there. You know, they're fired up in the way that they're playing, but I like when we cut to the team. They are very cool, calm, and relaxed, right? They know this is, you got to take this one game at a time. You can't get too excited thinking that you got it in the bag by any way. They understand that Complexity is an incredibly talented team, and now we're in the eyes of Aches here. He's always loved sniping at the top here in the top house. Switch over Shane. Yeah, Epsilon moving in quickly to the A bomb site. Shane gonna almost take a little bit of that damage from the Semtex. Nice bank. That's gonna catch somebody. It's got to.
Oh, Flak Jacket.
Oh, so lucky with that Flak Jacket. Shane, shots fired, trying to make something happen. Picking up that kill is gonna be Jerd there. Another kill by Shane, and oh my gosh, Complexity dropping like flies as now Jerd gets taken out by Aches. Shane gonna follow up with a beautiful kill. One left. It's gonna be Aches for the Complexity squad. Shane getting the bomb down, and he also has 4 consecutive kills, earned his RC car, very close to his Hellstorm, and Epsilon playing phenomenal Call of Duty.
Shane just needs to stay alive and continue to play for these score streaks. Aches is now on your screen, the last remaining member for Complexity. Again, a 1-on-3 again. They did take out Jerd, stopping his streak spree, but Gunshi, Shane, and Swanee all hunting for Aches, and Aches cannot allow this bomb to blow up.
Yeah, Shane's got to play smart as well since he does have that. Just don't let Aches pick you off or something like that. You've got 4 consecutive kills. Aches starting to move in, make an attempt to do something about it. It's going to be difficult. And now he's just going to go for a straight defuse.
He's forced to, man. You might as well die. Unfortunately, it's Shane who's going to get the kill, but I think Shane messed up there. Let one of your teammates get the kill, if at all possible. I think he got there at the 7-second mark, not 7.5, which is needed to get the defuse. If that bomb would have blown up, well, it would have been a bonus 300. Either way, Epsilon up 2-0. Shane on a huge spree, and he is nearing his Hellstorm, about an assist or a few trophy systems away of getting that.
No, it's a good point, right? I don't think you want to take the risk, though, of did you see it at 7.5, 8 seconds, right? You know, like that's not one you want to choke and be tied 1-1. I agree. If a heads-up play, you'd be on top of that. But Shane, he's got to kill very close to the Hellstorm. We're on board with Jerd. Jerd's got somebody right in front of the haystacks there, gets taken out, and now it's going to be a 4v3. Again, Complexity on offense. TP, your bomb carriers, we're on board with Gunshi. They're set up here more on the B side of things as they're trying to catch the A push, and Gunshi back and forth. RC car is out for Shane. That's going to get shot out of there to no avail. So 2-0 lead for Epsilon, but Complexity with first blood on Jerd is going to be a huge, huge move for them.
Yeah, and there you see snipes going down from Aches. You can hear it across the map. Clayster will be picked, though, by Gunshi. That was a battle going on for about 25 seconds from Courtyard. TP gets the plant, but now it's going to be an even fight. Make it a 1-kill lead for Complexity. Again, 3-on-2 situation. TP's going to watch the middle street. There's the action, though, and it's Swanee tying it up at 2 apiece. Can Shane get the pick at A? He's got a player to the left of Hay, and Swanee trying to flank for the defuse.
Yes, Shane and Swanee trying to be the duo here to take out Crimsix, and Aches bomb down, 17 seconds left on the clock. Swanee picks up a beautiful kill on Aches. 1v1 situation, Crimsix versus Swanee. He knows it's right there.
Peekaboo.
And oh my gosh, he's gonna get the bomb defuse. Europe coming up huge right there. He does have it. He's got it.
You sure?
Yo, positive Swanee's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Oh, doesn't get closer than that, and you can see the frustration from Complexity. Crimsix say, come on, man. Swanee could not have had that any closer. Gets the kill, peekaboo shot, and the finish with the defuse. Fwiz, That was a 2-on-3. Swanee and Shane going big. Swanee with the final 2 kills.
What an amazing play out of Epsilon at the hands of Swanee. And if you are a European Epsilon fan, you've got to be fired up. A 3-0 lead here in Search and Destroy game number 2 after Epsilon already has a 1-0 lead on Complexity. It is looking very good. Epsilon has to keep it up. Jerd draws first blood on Clayster, and now it is going to be a 4v3 Swanee with the bomb here and also has an RC car.
Jerd just trying to bait from the top street. Swanee through the fence is going to pick TP. He just knew exactly where he was going to be. Great communication from the squad. A 2-on-4. This could be a 4-0 lead. Crim6 gets one, but here is the push. Is it going to be? Yes, it is. Swanee with the finish. And Swanee now should be working for that Hellstorm missile as well.
That was amazing play. I mean, Epsilon, like, they are just fired up right now, and I have never seen Complexity rattled before. I definitely think they're rattled right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a crazy sight, and Epsilon just capitalizing on the opportunity, and they're just laying it on thick. 4-0 lead in favor of Epsilon as they're going to go on defense now. And Swanee, we got to stay on board with him because he's got an RC car. He's very close to a Hellstorm.
The battle's going to be at B this time around as Complexity gives up on the push to A. Instead, they're going to be challenging over at B. Swanee getting the first shots down the bomb in the hands of TP. All 4 members of Complexity stack up inside of Brown. It looks like it's going to be Crim6 pushing through the back alley, and they're going to now spread out with Eggs pushing up to the top broken wall.
And on board with Aches of the Complexity squad, he's got the sniper rifle, the DSR-50. We're going to switch over to Crim6. He gets taken out. 3v3 situation as both Shane and Crim6 have been taken out. TP, your bomb carrier for Complexity. Swanee getting an RC kill on Aches here, making it a 3v2. Only TP and Clayster alive for Complexity. Jerd, Gunshi, and Swanee up for Epsilon here. Complexity trying to get into B. They're going to backpedal, go towards A. 27 seconds left on the clock. Time dwindling down, and this is going to be a good play here at A for Complexity if they can get it down. And Epsilon not moving as quickly as I'd like them to see. Finally, somebody catching over here that there is move. It's going to be Jerd that knows that something's down there. He's going to move in and gets taken out by TP. 2v2, Clayster and TP up for Complexity going against Gunshi and Swanee.
Clayster taking fire, but also returning it. Let's jump on board with TP as he gets the calls. Does Clayster make the call? TP now reacting, but he's taking fire through the wall. And Clayster, oh my, TP, that is his second huge defense. But Swanee says, guess what, buddy? This is my round, baby. He's going to pull out the knife. The lightning strike has been acquired. This is the Swanee show, ladies and gentlemen. 7-1 will make it 5 rounds to 0. This is his second defuse of the game.
Swanee signing my chest after this game. What a wonderful play for him. Pulls out the Hellstorm, and he's got a lightning strike with a 5-0 lead. They are just laying it on thick. Man.
Chris Trout just did a cartwheel backstage.
For sure. This is a very proud moment for Europe. North America has always been so dominant in Call of Duty. I'm loving this display by this Epsilon squad. They are just an unstoppable force right now. Complexity, they are just disheveled. They have no idea how to stop this.
Look at these scores. 3-5, 3-5 from Crim6 and TP. Aches at 2-5, 1-5 from Clayster. The man only has 1 kill after 5 rounds. Epsilon winning the gun battles, outpositioning their opponents, but the first blood this round goes to Clay. They're angry, but they're going to need to win 6 straight. It's going to be so tough to make a comeback. Jerd with the snipe.
Especially when you take out Crim6, who is just a staple for Complexity, making it a 3v3 situation as Shane has also fallen down. So Gunshi, the bomb carrier for Epsilon, Jerd is up, and Swanee. not even picking up one single round. And are you kidding? Can Epsilon 3-0 Complexity?
Holy Swanee in that game.
Holy Swanee is right.
The lightning strike never came down. He didn't have a chance to use those score streaks. I gotta see the final kills here in this one as Swanee went big. 7-2 from Swanee. Jerd right there with him at 7-3 on the other side. The best score, it came from Krim, I believe, at 6-3. Or 3-6. I got nothing.
Oh.
Man, that was tough.
Complexity, I don't think, has ever gotten beat that bad in Search and Destroy. Epsilon just handed it to him. We got to buy those guys a beer tonight.
6-0. All right, guys. 2-0.
Oh, my goodness.
Not Complexity. Epsilon and Europe. All the fans here are celebrating. Can they finish it? A $15,000 difference here between first and second place. Epsilon one game away from walking home with 30 grand in their pocket. We'll be back with CTF after this. We're back. Epsilon looking stronger than I've ever seen them before. What a blowout in game number 2. Swanee getting a lightning strike, and he didn't even need to call it down. 2-0 in this series, one game away from becoming G2 champions.
Yeah, I mean, Epsilon, they just brought the A game against these guys. And, you know, the hardpoint game was close back and forth. Search and Destroy was just a straight massacre against Complexity. And look, they're so flustered. They're arguing about team sides and stuff. I can tell you Epsilon is so much under Complexity's skin right now.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at Complexity. Yeah. They're hurting right now.
Hurting. Aches is probably tweeting me right now is what I'm assuming is what he's doing.
But, Fwiz, there is something we need to point out. Game number 3 of every series is capture the flag.
Yeah.
And historically, I'm told by the European casters that Game 3 CTF is the weakness for Epsilon. Complexity, they showed some serious strength in this game type earlier.
Yeah.
5-2 victory against Infused when we were watching them on Raid, but the map is going to be on Slums. Can Complexity bounce back?
So what I would tell Epsilon, if I was on Epsilon right now, I'd be like, look, guys, there's a very real chance we're going to lose this capture the flag game, and that's okay. We're going to go against them in hardpoint Yemen. We literally put them, we beat them by 140 points. It's okay. So let's get through this game. Let's try to close it out. Of course, you don't want to ever go in a game necessarily that you're losing, but make that mental preparation that's okay if we drop this map.
Yeah.
We beat them in HP and S&D. We're going to go take them in one of their worst maps and modes in Hardpoint Yemen. So you got to just stay positive and roll with the motions. Of course, there's nothing better than wanting to close them out 3-0, but I would not let them get that momentum and Complexity. Don't let them feel that they're going to take control over this game. So let's see how they handle it. Complexity is a good CTF team. When you're at that level, you're very well-rounded, good team, but they're good, very good at Hardpoint Raid. They got beat there, and I've never seen Complexity get 6-0'd and Search and Destroy at a LAN. So I don't know what's happening here, but Epsilon's certainly capitalizing on the opportunity.
Look at the hype man difference here.
Yeah,
Shane, after every game, is just screaming for Epsilon. Clayster, who just stuck out his tongue at you.
Yeah.
He's the hype man for Complexity.
Quiet.
There's no hype on that team right now.
Yeah.
Finally a smile. They're cracking some jokes, getting a little bit looser. But these guys need to get it together. I'm looking for their coach, Mr. X, to get them focused. CTF, this is going to be a turning point for Complexity. They need to turn it on, and they need to do it in the first round. You can't give another inch to this Epsilon squad. You can't give another centimeter for Europeans out
you
there.
You need to take about 11 inches back from them, as anything, yeah. And I'm actually surprised Clayster's so quiet. I'd be trying to get these guys riled up, Mr. X. I mean, this is a pretty cool, calm, and collect team here, but
GFinity crowd. Can we hear some noise out there?
Europe is up 2-0. You guys are ridiculous. I see all of you guys better get hyped up. I'd be standing in my chair screaming, there
we go,
boys. It's about time, boys. It's about time.
That's what we like to see. It is esports at its finest. Complexity versus Epsilon. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, GFinity 2, $30,000 grand finals. Epsilon one map away from sealing the deal. It's do or die time for the Complexity Squad. They need to win 3 straight, starting here with Slums capture the flag.
Yeah, and if you're Complexity, you got to think just take it one game at a time, and it's going to have to start here. Obviously, it's a best of 5. If they lose this, that's it. Europe wins it all. So I'd expect that European crowd to be pretty fired up, rooting on Epsilon. This would be a monumental moment in the Call of Duty history books if Europe and Epsilon were able to pull this one out. We're going to start on board with Clayster of the Complexity Squad to see how things get going here.
And I love what Clayster is using as his 3rd score streak. He's putting on the stealth chopper. What does that tell you, Fliz? To me, it says I'm playing confident. I don't want a war machine. I don't want a death machine. I have confidence that we can get the score streaks as far as a stealth chopper and dominate our opponents on this map. They need to be playing confident and just forget about what just happened the last half hour.
I think Epsilon's going to win it. They've got so much momentum. I don't care what anybody says if Europe's not a good CTF squad or Epsilon's not. They're just these guys. Adrenaline is fired up. They're ready to roll, and they're looking good already. Crimsix trying to get behind enemy lines.
Look at
and
Crim.
That's a beautiful play by Crim, picking up a 2-piece as he takes out Gunshi. As we're on board with Complexity, Crimsix going to have to backpedal a little bit, waiting for his team.
Yeah, I like what Crim is doing here, but like you said, there's a weakness on the other side of the map. Crimsix doing everything in his power. That is his 3rd straight kill. There's going to be a player knowing he's pushing, and Crim will hit him once, stays alive, gets the reload, and challenges. Crimsix and Clayster playing with so much confidence here, and they actually now have Epsilon pinned inside their base. They know they're going to be spawning at junk. Can Crim get the long-range picks?
Yeah, Crim, he's doing what Crim does best, and that starts to light things up. He's got the M8 out. He knows that he's got to carry his team. He's such a critical part of this squad. Taking some shots, finally gets taken out, and TP does have the flag. 4 kills. Beautiful kill on Gunshi. Very critical. That's going to earn him the Hellstorm and Lightning Strike since it was flag carrier kills. He's on a roll here. That's going to be a cap. The setups are all there. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get to him in time.
Jerd can't catch. There was no cutoffs for a moment. I thought TP would be vulnerable, but no. It's going to be the first flag from the Complexity Squad after just a minute and 40 or 55 seconds. TP fully streaked out as well with the War Machine in his back pocket. Look for that to come flying as they try and pin Epsilon back in their base once again. A 6 kill for TP. And let's jump on board with Crim, who is currently on a 4 kill spree again.
Yeah, TP had 6 kills, just got taken out, but he was completely streaked out. To your point, Crimsix now has 4, working towards his Hellstorm. 1 point on the board in favor of Complexity. And now Complexity stepping up at another level here.
Remember that time you said you don't think Epsilon is going to lose this game?
Yeah, I still believe it.
I think Complexity has that momentum they needed, man. Look at this score. Crim6 is saying, screw this. I'm going huge. 9-2, now double digits. He's got a 5-1 KD in this game, and he's not missing at range with the M8.
Yeah, I mean, Crim, he needs to be the one that kind of carries the team. They rely on him heavily, to be honest with you. I mean, he's such a talented player, going to pick up another kill on Shane. And Epsilon very conscious of how talented that Crimsix is. He's got his Hellstorm Lightning Strike, and look at him. I
mean, my goodness, Crim just beasting on
he's
Shane.
Ridiculous.
TP, though, with the flag in the middle. The protection is late as Clayster will get the kill, but the flag is down. Ace is going to watch as Clayster will run this one home. Ace is going to need to get the Graves cutoffs, and it looks like Crim6 is going to finally be taken down, but this should be a 2-0 lead. 90 seconds left on the clock here in your first half. We will switch sides, but what a start here in Game 3 from Complexity. This is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and, you know, for obvious reasons, they need this CTF game, and they're playing exactly like that, like they need it. They understand the situation that they find themselves in with the games that they have ahead of them. So it's a do-or-die moment for many reasons for this Complexity squad, and they're playing just like that. As we're looking at the map overview, you can see Epsilon not even able to get past the half court here, just now starting to move forward. They've been stuck back for a while now as Complexity's been able to keep pushing and pushing towards them.
TP's turned it on, Crim has absolutely turned it on, and now it looks like it's Clayster's turn. He's on a 3-kill spree, looking for number 4, rotating from blue though, and I don't know if I agree with this decision. They gave up blue control, now a bit vulnerable. He's going to get picked by Gunshi. Gunshi will get cleaned up though by Eggs, and everyone is falling as TP is going to have to play base D. Gets one, knows at least one more is coming, and I think they're going to be able to finish this round out still 2-0. They're just going to sit back and let Epsilon come to them.
Out. Can we check who's got streaks on complexity real quick? TP's got it.
Crim's fully streaked,
got it.
and I think that's it. Eggs has nothing.
Eggs and Clayster don't have anything?
Nope.
No, I guess that's nice, but all Epsilon better have those flak jackets out next game. No lightweight. And through everybody here, it's made the remaining players, in Swanee included, get back there, and now the flag has been pulled. TP looking for it. He's got the War Machine. Lightning Strikes coming in. They're going to try to grab that flag.
2 down, says Crim6. Shane answers back with a kill on Clayster. TP desperately needs that kill. In fact, he's going to run it. Crim gets 2 more. All 4 killed by Crim. Jerd finally takes him down, and TP is being hunted, but Epsilon simply not fast enough. This will be a 3-0 lead for Complexity with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left on the clock.
So I guess at this point, you got to be thinking to, like, as Epsilon to get through this one, and knowing kind of like the circumstances that were laid out. They lost the momentum that they had carrying into game 1 and 2. Complexity waking up finally, and they've just been laying it on thick here in this game. Up 3-0 the lead. TP 15-9 with 2 caps. Crim6, I mean 24-11 for real.
The Terminator. Here's how he's doing it, ladies and gentlemen. Gunshi gets first shot, and Crim says, take a seat, son. We're down 2-0, but I'm going to embarrass you in this battle. And there goes the EMPs. No connections. The flag is out, but he still has the Hellstorm. Crim making sure he's safe on bricks, and I wouldn't be surprised if he calls it down. In fact, he wants to move in with the War Machine. Can he beat the flag carrier? Gunshi is going to win this battle, and Shane gets it in. This is now a 3-1 game. Epsilon not quite out of it yet. Shots going down in blue. The question is, can Epsilon keep the pressure on the Complexity base?
Crim's like one of those players, like that flag was like a guaranteed cap in most books, but I looked at it and I was like, I don't know, he might be able to kill all 3 and grab it. That's the kind of caliber player he is. Jerd's gonna get taken out by the War Machine. Epsilon continuing to try to make moves in there. Shane's gonna pull that smoke screen up as stun. Very beautifully placed stun is going to cost him, as he was not able to move out there quick enough. And nice play by Complexity. Swanee in the lead with 18 kills for the Epsilon squad, as we're on board with him. Jerd not doing as well for him. And now Swanee going to roll around here, try to grab that flag. Beautiful kill on Clayster.
Jerd and Swanee left alive just as I say that. TP says, what's up? You like my War Machine? Picks up the double, gets the return, and look at that. As he was using the War Machine, he still has the Hellstorm and Lightning Strike available. Just 120 seconds left on the clock. TP from top statue just going to try and maintain middle control. And TP picking up the M8 here is doing some serious damage.
Dude, I like TP because he's pretty versatile. He's able to use an AR and SMG very well. He's talented with both the SMC and the M8, and he showcased it perfectly right there.
And TP's going to push on. Kopkar wins that battle. Dexterity comes in. And he'll be able to avoid any stuns he'll be able to fight through it if he pulls another flag. So it looks like they're going to give TP a more objective-based class. Let's see if he sticks with it, and he does, which is kind of surprising to me. I expected him to hold up and just kind of turtle on defense, but Complexity, they're still out for blood.
On board with TP, he still has that dang War Machine. He's got a Lightning Strike and Hellstorm with under a minute left on the clock. He's going to let it rip. You expect all of them to start letting it go just to hold him back here to make sure that there's no last-minute sneaky moves to try to relay some caps or rally caps out of here. TP still pushing in for that flag. I like that as another Hellstorm's going to come in. That one's going to be Crim6 as he connects with Gunshi. And on board with Crim, this game is all but over. Complexity, man. They really stepped it up this game.
Absolutely. This is exactly what I expected from Complexity. They were down, but they're not out. They're going to fight to the finish. 26 seconds left on the clock, and now it's just a question of who is going to get the most kills in game number 3. 37 and 16 from Crim6. Are you kidding me, son? 14 and 27 from Shane, 17 and 23 from Jerd, and 15-27 for Gunshi. Simply dominated as Crim is looking for the 40 bomb.
Dude, Crim6 is ridiculous, man.
So good.
Straight ridiculous. And there you have it. Complexity fired up. That is a different team than we saw these past 2 games. They know they still have some challenges ahead of them. And again, they are going to be facing their biggest nightmare in Hardpoint Yemen. Let's see if some of these adjustments that they've made will come up in their favor.
Look at that face from Crim6, chugging the water. TP next to him also had a huge game. Complexity looking fierce, but remember, they are still 1 game away from finishing second place. Epsilon could finish it with a win on Yemen. We will be back with Hardpoint game number 4. Is it going to be the final game of the night, Fwiz?
I think it is, dude.
We'll find out after this. We are back. You see the map loading. It is Yemen. It is Hardpoint. Complexity, they will admit to anyone this is their weakest game mode, and they are in a must-win situation. They think they have a solution, but we talked about it earlier. There it is. The 3 ARs, Crim6. He was running sub all of the other Hardpoint games. Now he's heating up with the M8, and he just dropped 38 on our last map using this gun.
Yeah, no, I think this was the smart thing to do. I think like TP when he was talking like, fine, Crim, if you won't, I will. But I feel like Crim was like, you know, forget it. I'll run it. He obviously is really good. Gunshi just killed himself on accident there. So this is definitely the right setup. However, I don't know if this is going to solve everything for him. They are first movers in here now after Gunshi fell off and Epsilon got the first points. And now it's just kind of a stalemate here on the hard point.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be honest with you. I'm cheering for Complexity all the way here. I want a game 5. I don't care who wins the finals. I love both of these squads. Epsilon, they have shown that they deserve to win a championship with the way they played in game 1 and 2. But the heart that Complexity just showed in CTF was amazing. 5 wanting their opponents. They have the momentum at the moment. The question is, can they force game 5 with clutch play here on Yemen?
And now, after a great start for Complexity in the hard point, they're able to rotate perfectly and grab the next one. So Complexity playing this one very differently than how they did before.
Let's go on board with Crim6. I was watching the mini-map. He just two-pieced up top near purple, then turned on a player who is on the walkway to the treehouse for a third. That has led to a 42-12 second lead. Finally, it's going to be the boys from Epsilon inside until Crim gets in. And boy, is this man angry.
Crim, man, he's like such a monster right now, having just a great field day against the Epsilon squad. And Complexity going to be taking some serious points here in the hard point. That's 3 down for Epsilon, as now they're going to take the last 15 seconds here. If you're Epsilon, you're going to try to get the rotation up here. They are going to be, they have a little bit of a head step, but they've got to take out TP here in order to do it. TP taking out Jerd, almost about to get Shane, going to reload that MSMC and see if he can stop him. Either way, he's caused enough of a delay that's going to allow Complexity to move in and grab the hard point.
I feel like every tournament I'm singing Clayster's praises. This tournament, the last 2 games, it's been Crim6 and TP, the duo. Crim is going to do the slang, TP is going to do the OBJ, and actually look at this, Clayster is the player who's going to get inside the hard point as TP, working on those streaks, is going to get cut short, but now it's Aches' turn on a 4-kill spree of his own.
And nice kill there by Aches as he's just going all up here, was able to take out Swanee. He's got 5 consecutive kills, make it 6. He's 1 away from a Hellstorm here, 95-15. The way Complexity is playing is the way we saw Epsilon play when these 2 teams squared off on hardpoint Yemen. Complexity making some course corrections, and it's gone a long way for him.
Now look at this play. Crim6, the key player. He is trying to anchor for this next spawn 1-on-3 scenario. Got one. Can he get another? His teammates now rotating, but it may be a little late. 3 seconds on the previous hardpoint, and Aches did get his score streaks. Let's see what all he gathered. Just the Hellstorm after a 7-kill spree, but it's Epsilon with control of Church. They're down by about 80 seconds, but they can get a full 60 on this hill.
They need it too. They literally need a full 60 on this just for their well-being, to be honest with you. So they've got to hold this one down. That's why they've got 3 bunkered up here on the Church hardpoint. Aches going to try to break in there, getting some shots.
Nice.
Hellstorm picks up a great kill on Gunshi. TP rolls in. Epsilon able to stop both Aches and TP here, so they're continuing to get some serious quality time in this hardpoint.
Clayster also doing damage from the side. Aches, he's going to have to fight his way through the middle. He's picked off. Clayster unable to finish. Swanee is going to cost him his life, but look at this. Clayster was able to pick up his streaks. He's got the Hellstorm. He's got the Lightning Strike. Those are going to come into play as the hill will rotate to the top of the map, and let's see how Clayster decides to use them.
Nice play by Clayster there as Swanee's finally is able to take him out once he jumps down. Swanee on that hard point here for the team as the rotation's coming around. 1 second left in the hard point. It's going to be Complexity that's well set up on the next one.
And I gotta give props to Crim6 on the rotation. I believe that is Aches in there as well. And it's gonna be Clayster coming off the spawn, locking down the top. Gets one, and what a dirty shot there to finish. Gunshi for the double. More players swarming from low. Clayster has him to his right. Does he know about it? Here's one. He gets picked off, but it's up to TP now to get him out of the hard point. Get Shane from inside the hill. That's gonna stop the bleeding, but it's 119-73. Their huge lead of 80 seconds is gonna be cut down to just 50, and Epsilon is now pushing in. Clayster only getting one with that Hellstorm. All 3 players from Epsilon pushing the top, and they're starting to send Gunshi down low to protect.
On board with Gunshi here for the Epsilon squad, 119-85. Epsilon holding down this hard point. 3 kills, taking out Complexity players, all 4 in the hard point here. They're going to start the rotation, and they're going to be very well set up here to make some moves. And it's going to be Complexity that's got it, but Epsilon's got a very good setup here to move in and take this one out. Swanee with the high ground.
Yeah, Swanee in a power position here. Can he hit his shot? Sloppy shooting, but will finish TP just a second late there. And he will put some more shots down as it's Jordan the kill feed. Clayster and Aches answering back, and Gunshi will get a kill of his own. So Aches on a 3-kill spree for Complexity. It's going to be Swanee who is on a 4-kill spree, but Aches wins that battle from purple. He's got the Hellstorm, and I believe he's going to be working for a Lightning Strike. Let's see what he can do as he pushes from the opposite angle from the rest of his team. The only player on this side of the map, and he is doing some serious damage.
Oh my gosh, he almost took out Swanee there. Aches is on fire here. And Epsilon, they did a really good job holding down this hard point. Even though Complexity players have converged in every direction, they did a remarkable job holding it down as we're back on board with Swanee. The 5 seconds there left in the hard point. Nobody's going to grab those points. Hellstorm comes down. Aches only able to pick up one, and Crim6 set up in there. And again, you never want to have to fight Crim6 to take over a hard point.
Yeah, we are jumping between all the players. This action is so intense. Kills being fired everywhere. Crim with another double. Looking for the triple. Crimbot is on point. 150 and counting to 116. Taking fire from everywhere. Where is the cover? Clayster comes a bit late, but they're able to lock down the dirt road. Another headshot. Spots a second player, but they want to stop the time. Aches is going to jump from the window. TP there to back it up as well. The Septex down low. The window is watched. This should be a full 30 if they can get the clearance, and I think they just did it.
Wow, man, Complexity, they're playing very aggressively, very strong, as Clayster's going to go ahead and let that Lightning Strike rip there. Let's see if he's able to connect anybody on that one. Drops it down, doesn't get any kills. still has his Hellstorm at his disposal, and it's going to be Complexity that's very, very well set up for the next hard point. 177 to 119. This is not looking good for Epsilon.
Oh, no, and I absolutely love what Clayster did in that previous hard part. He and Krim went huge. Krim got the first triple. Then it was Clayster. He got one down low, kept the other spawning down there as they were able to pick up hill time, then used his score streaks, pushing opponents into TP who got the double. But now let's jump on board with the boys from Epsilon. Who is doing the damage? It looks like no one. Jerd, the best score, 17 and 25. We got to stay on board with Complexity. Aches and Clayster combining for 50 kills and just 28 deaths.
Yeah, Gunch is just struggling right now, 12 and 25. He's got to step it up for his squad if they want to bounce back into this one. It's not looking like this is going to be the game they can do it. Complexity able to make some serious corrections this game, and they finally figured out Hardpoint Yemen, and they were very, they understood that this was the game that they had to figure out, that this was the mode and map that they needed to get squared away, and it looks like they were able to do a lot of the right things here so far. You still have time on the clock for Epsilon to get back into it. It's not out yet, but
oh, it's over, dude. They only need 14 seconds. This one's done.
Yeah,
this
I
is
try to stay positive, but yeah, this is over. This is over.
Man, Complexity is looking like the Complexity we know and love. And I gotta give some love to Clayster and Aches. They are really shining this game as we take a look at the scoreboard again. Clayster on top at 28, Aches right behind him at 26, and Krim with some fantastic anchoring this game. TP also doing the objective work, but it's the ARs doing the damage here on Yemen. Just 75 seconds left on the clock. They just need to lock down this top hard point, even if they give up the final 20 seconds here. Also, though, got to keep an eye on Jerd. Can't give him full streaks.
No, this is, you got to appreciate Epsilon still fighting the good fight to get through this game. I mean, it's they can't do really anything about it at this point. It's mathematically impossible, yeah.
But they'll look good trying. Jerd on your screen is 1 kill away from getting his Hellstorm, and here is the rotation. TP is going to get the kills up top. Clayster calling this one down. I guessed right there because there's so many streaks on the map here for Complexity. 7 seconds away. TP inside the hill. He's going to push 2 players back. A third will be picked up, and that is going to do it. 250 to just 175. Complexity still alive. They will force game number 5. We are not taking a commercial break. We are going to go right into the action after the final kill cam. It's Krim 6 pulling out the MSMC for a dirty double. What a finish there for
30
Complexity.
and 18 for Aches, man. What a play there. And Shane, he was at the top of the leaderboard for Epsilon at 15 and 28.
Is that good?
That's not the score you want to be on the top for your team, I'll tell you that much.
So, Fwiz, while we're waiting on the next game to get set up, let's talk a little bit about this series so far.
Sure.
Epsilon, they come out of the gate so strong, winning hardpoint, dominating raid.
Yep.
Then a 6-0 in Search and Destroy. But now, it's been nothing but Complexity. Where is the mindset for both of these squads going into Game 5?
You know, it's definitely better for Epsilon that it's a Game 5 Search and Destroy because you want to have just the gameplay slow down, right? Because these fast-paced games in CTF and Hardpoint, Complexity the past 2 games have just been running all over Epsilon after a very strong start. So I think it's beneficial for Epsilon that the pace of the game is going to slow down and things will go slower for them. They did well on Search and Destroy when they played that on, I think it was Standoff. So, yeah, seeing them play on Express, you know, again, Complexity, that was an anomaly that they got 6-0'd. You cannot expect anything that's going to be duplicated here in this game. But, man, you couldn't ask for better finals. Game 5, the last game, the winner will be decided for the GFinity 2 championship here. Europe coming out like a powerhouse after being up 2-0. You felt that it was just that was it. Finally, Complexity comes alive in that CTF Slums game, and then a beautiful Hardpoint Yemen game where they were able to course correct. And now game number 5, the crowd. Man, you know what? If I'm a European and I'm in that crowd, I'm sure as hell not going to be as quiet as they are.
I'm knocking my seat over, and I am standing up for the final game of the night.
Are they in a
GFinity
library?
London, make some noise for Complexity and Epsilon, one of the best tournaments we've seen in Europe. We have so many storylines this week, and Optic getting knocked out early in the pool play. Millennium showing that they are the top team currently in France. Envy with the pickup of Merc and Karma doing serious damage to finish in the top 4. And TK proving that they are a top 3 team. But now the question is, Who is the #1 team in this international battle? Is it Complexity or is it Epsilon? We're about to find out. The first team to 6 rounds is going to take home $30,000 for their efforts here this weekend.
Oh, it's true. I mean, this is an international battle. Some of the best teams in the world are here. It's you really can't say anything other than that. So it all comes down to this, and it's going to come down to a game number 5, Search and Destroy and Express. And woo! I don't even know.
Your phone is blowing up,
It's
bro.
blowing up. I've been
Twitter
getting all
is
the tweets.
on
I had some
fire
kid
right
yell
now
at me that
talking
I'm
about
not
this
saying
game.
Gunshy's name right. He was wrong. I've got a lot of the Europeans getting fired up over Epsilon. I mean, it's blown up, and I'm loving it. And this is go time, Search and Destroy and Express. And look, I have no idea who the hell's going to win this game.
Honestly, I'm not confident for Complexity here.
No, not after 6-0.
And I haven't seen Epsilon on Express, but if they play Express like the way they played Standoff, Complexity is in some trouble. They got to shut down Swanee. They got to shut down Jerd. And it's really going to be a big game for the SMG players like Gunshy on this map because you can do some dirty work in B with that weapon.
Yeah, Gunshy's got to step up, man. This is his time. He sucked last hardpoint game. I'm just going to be real with him, and I expect more from him. He expects more from himself. Let's jump into the game and on board with the man himself to see if he can turn it around for the Epsilon squad.
You know, I thought early on when we first loaded the game that he was carrying an SMG. No, he is going with the assault rifle. It is going to be the M8. He is going to be locking down the elevator. Meanwhile, all the action's going to go down at 8. Here comes the push from Complexity. You got Jerd sitting just waiting for the push, the bomb in the hands of TP, and you got Crim6 backing him up as well.
And on board with the OBJ player for Complexity, TP, he's going to get down on that bomb site A. He is so sneaky. He's done that door to A move so many times, but it's not going to happen here. Jerd's going to draw first blood, taking out TP, but Crim6 takes out Jerd, so it's a 3v3 situation as we're on board with Crim6. H trying to get some shots, only picks up hit markers. 33 seconds left on the clock. They got to make some moves.
And we are on board with Aches with this M8 up top. You got Crim6 down low, and they're running out of time. Big kill for Makes Kenny, making a double. Clayster's going to finish that one, the last one alive. Gunshy with the M8 picks up one on Clay. The bomb being planted by Crim at the moment, and he has 44 seconds to react. How is Gunshy going to play this in the 1-on-2?
Oh my gosh, they know exactly where he's at.
Peekaboo, baby. Almost took out Aches there, full red. Gunshy gonna push for the challenge, and I don't know if he can do this.
They know he's right there. I'm surprised he actually went that route. I would have expected him to go around, but this is tough in a 2v1. They're swarming all over him, and he's gonna get taken out by Aches. So Complexity, after losing 6 straight search and destroy rounds, are able to put one on the board here in game number 5.
Aches, fantastic patience that round. Hit his shots when they needed him. He picked up 2 kills, assisted with the 3rd, and TP, he was also the bait there that gave first blood for the Complexity squad in control of A. Let's see what Epsilon decides to do on offense. I'm going to jump on board with Jerd, who's pulling out the Scorpion with the laser sight. He wants to lead the charge with Shane. Both players with knives in hand. No concussions coming in at the terminal. This is a good sign for a free B plant. The only player here to protect is going to be Clayster.
On board here with Jerd of the Epsilon squad. Trophy systems are down here, and let's see what can happen. Jerd trying to get that Scorpion shot going for him, and they are pretty well set up here on the B bomb site. Complexity gonna backpedal here towards a B as they were all set up at A.
And we got shots going down from all angles. Sniper bullets whizzing past Jerd's head. And man, there is another huge play as Crim6 is going to pick up another kill. 3 in a row for Crim. The last one standing again. It's this time Shane.
Oh my
and here we go. 2-0 Complexity's turn. Epsilon needs to take round 3. They cannot let Complexity pull away like this.
I'm just surprised. Like I think the Epsilon people just need like a coach or a crowd or something to get behind them. Like they're just starting to just be so dry and boring here. Like they just seem like defeated. You know, after they were gunning, they were fired up, they won those first 2 games. They looked like one of the best teams in the world, and now they look like they're just complacent with second place, like they're done here.
All right, Shane is going to have some cover from the trophy systems. Going to spot a player up top, knows that B is coming in. He's here an RC car, and Shane just found it. That belonged to Crim. He ran that from the spawn. Action going down on the terminal. It's Glacier versus 2 players. He's going to get help from TP as they take out Gunshi. Backs up with the snipe. Can he hit the shot? Yes, he can. Fantastic kill there from Glacier and Jerd. Good luck, buddy. 1-on-4 with the bomb down. You're screwed. He's going to get 1. Going to get 2. Or is he?
Jerd!
Look at the double boys. He's going for the triple, and that's when things go bad.
Oh, man. That Scorpion can be deadly right up until you go against Crimsix at long range with an M8.
Yeah, this one, an unwinnable scenario for 99.9% of players. Crim with the single burst pops the shot to the face, and that is going to be 3-0 complexity. Epsilon will be on the attack. Where will they go? I do not advise going into terminal.
If they don't put one on the board now, I mean, they're done for,
They
man.
say, screw you, Puckett, we're going to B anyway. And they're not going to find any contention early on, but look out for Crim coming down the stairs.
Plant that
He's going
bomb.
to lead with the EMP, double hitting 2 players. He's going to push out, finishes off 1. That is Shane going down, spots another player on the stairs, and Crim is just getting so many hit markers this game, injuring everyone, forcing their retreat, and then hunting them down. The triple in this round from Crim6, and Clayster steals the ace. He is fully streaked out. Oh my, Crim6, he's going to be working towards a
Crim's
second
the best player.
RC car.
Crim, I don't care what anybody says. They can come at me right now on my Twitter. Crim6 is the best player in the world at Call of Duty, period.
He's
best
been
player in the world.
Slightly inconsistent today, but not when the games are on the line. Not when the tournament is on the line. That is when he has shined. He has been Captain Clutch. They needed him in Game 3. He led the way with 38 kills. He went big in Hardpoint on Yemen with some fantastic anchor battles, and now he has 8 kills in Search and Destroy. Look at this, 8-0. Crim, 6, Clayster, Aches, all positive. 4-4 from Jerd, and then just Gunshi with the kill. The other 2, donuts. They can't stop Crim6.
Crim6 has 8 kills. Clayster, Aches, and TP combined have 8 kills. That's the kind of player he is. Shane's going to draw first blood on Crim6. TP's going to take out Shane. Swanee returns the favor on Aches, and it's going to be a 3v2 situation. TP with the bomb, going to backpedal. Looks like he's focused on bringing it back to the B bomb site.
Yeah, smart play too. Clayster's going to get there first. He's going to call it out and say, man, we are clear. I'm going to try and go up top and clear. Oh no, shots going down with TP. Also Clayster up top. Both players engaging, and Clayster lost his battle, so Teep's got to go big in the 2v1. They're up 4 rounds, so this wouldn't be too devastating if he lost it. And it's actually looking like TP could do this. Does he just try and stay alive here, or what's his game plan?
No, I think you got to go for it. I mean, he's only got an RC car at his disposal that he's not even close at. Swanee's going to take him out there, so Epsilon gets on the board. They need a little bit more momentum to keep things going.
And here we go, Epsilon Swanee with your round-ending kill cam. Remember, it was Swanee who got the Hellstorm and the Lightning Strike for Epsilon on standoff. Can he stay hot? They won 1, but they need 5 more, and they're down 3 rounds behind Complexity. Epsilon on offense. They get to dictate the movement on the map.
And on board with Gunshi here for the Epsilon squad. Jerd's going to be the bomb carrier for Epsilon, and they're going to make a nice little move into a bomb site here. I like that they kind of roll in a different direction here, and I like what they're doing. They've got to try something different because things haven't been working for them, and they've got to get one on the board here quick. And it seems like now they're going to decide to backpedal.
Yeah, I think they saw Aches up top with the sniper and said, we're not even messing with this. Crim and Aches over there, screw that. We're gonna push this B, and it's gonna be up to Clayster to call it out. Clay is gonna get picked off the 2-piece. The Hellstorm comes in, everyone survives, but Crim6 actually does take out Swanee, so it's gonna be a 3-on-3, 1 score streak burnt, but there is still a Lightning Strike available for Complexity.
And on board with Gunch here, he's got Swanee out and Clayster out, so it's a 3v3 situation. 4-1 is the score, 32 seconds left on the clock. Aches is gonna take out Gunchy. Jerd and Shane all alone, and now it's just gonna be Shane in a 2v1 situation. It's gonna be a tough one. He does have the bomb though, and then gets killed by Crim6 again.
Guess who?
Oh man.
Captain Crim. Going so big, Complexity, Mr. X, you see them on your screen, so fired up. These guys are now 1 round away from their second GFinity title. They won the first event just in July. Now it is going to be a second victory here in London. Can they finish strong, or will it be 5 straight rounds for Epsilon?
Charges acquired.
I'm a betting man, Fwiz, and I would put my life savings on Complexity in this round.
Oh, I'll put my life savings on Krim over here, about the slurp over here on this guy. He's got a lightning strike. He's up 5-1, and he's got like 78 kills in Search and Destroy. He will never be welcomed back in England again after this, so he's got to enjoy every single moment he has left.
And unfortunately, that lightning strike is going to do nothing but find out where the players are. Krim not making his jump either, but he will be able to find a player in the back. The challenge is coming. Clacer's going to get the pick. Doesn't need to worry about that. 2 more players left alive for Epsilon. And we're going to see what Jerd and friends can do. Swanee putting down some cover fire. 2 players against 4, and down goes 1. It's all up to Swanee, and that is the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Aches is gonna finish strong. It is Complexity, the 2-time GFinity champions, taking home the $30,000 grand prize after falling 2 games behind in the best of 5 grand finals.
Crazy, dude, crazy. They sucked those first 2 games, and all of a sudden they just turned up the last 3 games, went big, and Big Daddy Crim6 11-1. The GOAT! The GOAT!
Oh, yeah?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. If anybody else gets the GOAT but him, it's absolutely false.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Remember, it went to Game 5 against Infuse, one of the top teams in the UK. Crim6 dropped 13-4 to keep his team alive. Then in the finals, they were perfect in this tournament. They hadn't dropped a match at all. They lost 1 game to Epsilon in pool play, and basically that was it other than the Infused matchup.
Yep.
And then Krim, down 2, turns it on. The rest of the team catches fire in hardpoint on their worst game mode, Yemen, and then they finish 11-1. Crim6 leading the way in Search and Destroy. What a finish from the Complexity squad. But these Epsilon boys, they surely put up a fight, especially playing with the fill-in for this tournament.
Yeah, there's a lot to be proud
Cat.
of if you're Epsilon. They did have a fill in there, and you can see even Acid from Prop there. It's giving those guys some love. I mean,
15 grand. You can't be upset with that prize pool either.
No way, man. And there's a lot to be proud of. Europe continuing to improve as play, and this is the second time that you've seen a European team in the GFinity, come in second here and play in the championship matchup, and they did a great job. So it's just a testament to all these guys. They're very talented players, and they let this one get away from them. I think there's a lot of learning experiences they can take away from it and apply to the next GFinity.
Well, Epsilon, they finished higher than Unite. They finished higher than Optic, Envy, Curse, and more. But they fall just short. It is all Complexity, your champions. And right now on the main stage, we have our champions.
Yes, send it over.
Right. Let's get the boys down. Everyone make a round of applause, please, for your champions, Complexity. Yes. Well done, boys. There they are as your champions. 2 times in a row now. They won G1, they won G2. They're your champions. Let's get the boys up on stage. Let's get your prize, lads. Up you come. Come up. Another round of applause, please. Can you make enough? Give some love, please, for Epsilon. Well done, Epsilon. Superb. Well done, boys. Unlucky. Let's get you to the front. Here we go. The Complexity boys here. Well done. Well played. Well done. Right, the first prize that we're going to give away is every team has the most valuable player. We've been canvassing opinion. Can I get the GOAT? Can I get the GOAT? Thank you. This is the first ever GFinity GOAT. This one goes to the MVP. We've been canvassing opinion from all the casters. Crim6 is the GOAT. Crim6 G2 GOAT, buddy. He's the GOAT. MVP. The watches. We wanted to give the winners something special this time so they can always take away. So we had some very, very special Swiss watches made, GFinity Swiss watches made for the winners only. So there are 5 of those. Just hand those out there. There we go. Teams. Pat, well done. Clay. There you go. The GFinity watches, only 50 made in the world, only 50 made, only the winners get them. Let's get the trophy going, take that out of the box. Thank you, Jessica. Most importantly, the GFinity trophy, G2, second time you've lifted it. Raise that up. Raise it up. Thank you. And this was all. This is the main prize, $30,000. Second time they walk away with the money. Make some noise, please, for Complexity. I'm sending it. I'm sending it to you. They got paid, they just haven't got the big check. That's what they mean. We'll get their name on it. Right, listen. Well done to you, boys. Going to try and grab you for an interview. Really well played. Glad to have you back. They've walked away. We've had 2 tournaments. They've won both. I don't know what's going to happen at the third. I'm going to hand over to the studio to close the show. Before we go, thank you to all of you lot for coming. Thank you to all of you lot for watching. All of our partners, all of our sponsors, everybody that was involved in G2. We'll hand over to the studio and say goodbye. One more time, your champions, Complexity.
And we are back here, the last shot of the day in the GFinity Goat Lounge.
Oh, wow.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling tired. It's been like so long. It's been like, we reckon 18 hours we've been here, but it's just been incredible to be part of it. And what an amazing final to see. Fwiz, stop putting your foot in shot.
Blame
Right?
Fwiz,
God.
hashtag. But I mean, this was an amazing game. It was great. We went to 5. It looked like it was going to be Epsilon, but guess what? Complexity pulled it back out here for G2. Will they be welcome back here for G3?
I don't think they should be allowed to make it a hat trick. That's not on. We need some more. Come on, we need the British teams to be getting through, the European teams getting through. But it's great that they got to the finals. Unbelievable.
Oh,
Actually, you're
do
just
you wanna
coming
come
in.
hang
Just
out
coming
here?
into-
Yeah, I might just join.
Sure.
Right. There we go.
How are you?
I don't think you're in the shots. You may
You
want
need
to
to just
over
come
here.
over a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'll get cozy.
There we go. Fwiz,
we've got-
now Fwiz is working camera.
And don't use that mic. It's not going to work. So,
All right, well, cool. That was amazing. It was a long day, but it was amazing. It was amazing out there. The spectators have gone crazy. You lot have been awesome. They've been mad out there.
Stop touching stuff, Fwiz.
Fwiz Scorsese's in the house.
It's like cutting off Martin's head.
you've been out on the floor the entire day. We've been sitting here the entire time watching the action from
tell
the
us about the
seats.
atmosphere,
So what's been
like-
going on out there?
It's crazy out there. I think the greatest thing about, well, the greatest difference between G1 and G2 has been the fact that we've had spectators here. We never really knew how much an impact it would have, but you lot have been just crazy,
Unbelievable.
just mad, just
Yeah.
mental. It's been brilliant. Everyone's been so into it. Everyone's been vocal. Everyone's been supportive of every team. So everyone came like as fans of their particular teams and stuff. But if those teams went out, they just started supporting another one. It's been unbelievably good.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they were even saying about, like, in the moment, in the game. I mean, the teams are just vicious to each other, but as soon as it stops, I mean, they're friends again, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's just
It is.
really
It makes. I
amazing
mean,
to see.
it is really like a lot. Some of these players get an unbelievable amount of grief for the kind of way they behave. I mean, I haven't heard anything that's been unprofessional. What it is, though, it's emotion and it's passion and it's just the will to, and just like a desire to win.
You
So-
can't help but come out, you know,
It
like there's
takes
so
over.
much on the line, and then if you can just drop it and just let it go right off the match, that's true professionalism, you know. And it's all that, you know, it's not that kind of thing like when you kind of like take the mick a bit on Twitter, like that's okay because they're like your mates, but it can always be seen to be taken out of context, I think, and people make that misconception. Yeah.
And it's hard too, people sitting at home at their computers. I mean, they don't really see behind the scenes, and everyone's just happy.
This has
and
just
having a
been the
good time.
lounge. This has been like our actual living room. We've had everyone here, pretty much, just hanging out, eating crisps. We had to explain what crisps were.
I heard a rumour. Is it now? Like, is it the truth that you two are going to move in together and just like be best friends and just?
Can we?
Can we?
Oh my gosh,
I would
this
love
be
that.
So great.
I think you should. I think you should do it.
That's great. Can you come to LA though?
That's fine. Yeah,
Please.
I'm alright. Yeah, British weather is
this
rubbish.
weather, I'm not down with it. How about we move GFinity to LA? I mean, Santa Monica's great.
You need to do one in Los Angeles.
Look, it's not my decision, but will I be trying to push that? Yeah, maybe.
Will there be a G3 is the question.
Right, I've been asked this question about. Hold on.
Are we gonna get the real answer here? Is
Yeah,
this
Come on.
you'll get
we need this.
the
We need
answer.
this.
I mean, look, a few people have spoken today about the partnership that we've got with MLG, which we're unbelievably proud of, unbelievably flattered to be working with a company like that, and are very, very excited about what the opportunity holds. Look, we have events like this all the time. Yeah, there'll be a G3.
Yes!
Yay!
Woo! Big up the 3. Sorry, I was just talking to myself there.
It's official. It's official.
Yeah, definitely.
It's amazing. I mean, we've
Can
had
we
so
come
much
back?
fun.
Yeah,
Can we?
why not? Yeah, I think
Okay.
Oh, well, don't put yourself out, Martin.
I think we've got a
God.
family going now, so yeah, we're going to like reform some sort of cult. It's going to GFinity will move away from being like esports tournaments. We just become a cult.
Well, if not, then we're just gonna move to LA and do GFinity.
It's the J Crew. It's the J Crew.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us.
My middle name is James. Can I be part of that?
Yes! The J Crew.
This is great.
Brilliant.
Everything's
Writes
working
itself.
out. I've had a great time, but I'm so tired. I'm going to sit back and.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is it. Are we done?
I
Are we
think we're
closing
done.
this
This is
out?
our final goodbye.
Anything that you would like to say to them before we close this out?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that watched. I want to say thank you to everyone that was here. I want to say thank you to you guys. I want to say thank you to the sponsors, the partners. I want to say thank you to everybody. It's been amazing. You lot have been first class again, and we're going to see you real soon.
G3.
That's it.
Julia, any last thoughts? Any words?
Yeah, just been amazing. Thank you so much for having us. We've loved being here in the Goat Lounge, and hopefully we'll be back and we'll see you all at G3. It's going to be even bigger and better. That's now fact now. I'm sorry, Martin. Bigger and better.
That seems to be the trend.
yeah.
All right.
Why not? Let's do
This
it.
is official. We are signing off here for GFinity, G2 in London. We will see you back for G3.
Bye.
See you guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye.